Hi, I'm Greg Grant, the Smith County horticulturist with the Texas AgriLife Extension Service here in Tyler, Texas at our Heritage Rose Garden, which is part of the Smith County Master Gardener's Tyler Botanic Garden, located within the Tyler Rose Garden. Of course, Tyler is known for its roses, and here in the Heritage Rose Garden, we grow roses that generally don't have to be sprayed with insecticide, fungicide, miticides, all the things that you typically think of that roses would need. And so we grow what we call heritage or heirloom or antique roses, what the Rose Society would call old garden roses. And most of them are pretty clean, especially during the summertime. But this year, just the right combination of humidity and rainfall and temperatures gave us a lot of diseases that we don't typically see on teas and chinas and polyanthas that don't normally show disease. So here you see an old China rose called Madame Laurette Missimi, covered with powdery mildew and black spot. Now, one thing about disease is you can't really cure them, you have to prevent them. So in the old days, people with rose gardens would spray preventative fungicides every 7 to 10 days to keep them free of diseases. Well, that's not very sustainable. It's also not very good for the environment, so we don't spray here. And even though this looks kind of bad right now, we're not going to do anything about it because it's all going to disappear as it flushes out the new growth, as the temperatures get warmer, as the humidity drops. And so powdery mildew basically looks like baby powder dusted on a plant. It causes the new growth to be distorted, the new flower buds to be distorted. Of course, most people are familiar with black spot. It causes black spots on the leaves. The leaves turn yellow, they fall off on the ground. They're not good things, but really important when you think about how do I cure something, to know, can it be cured? In this case, you really can't cure a disease. You can prevent it. So what you see is what you get right now. So there's nothing you can spray on this that's going to make that powdery mildew go away or the black spot go away. So those leaves are going to fall off. They're going to make new leaves that will replace those. So you can practice sanitation, rake up the leaves when they fall off, prevent the inoculum for future disease. You can make sure you don't use overhead irrigation because all fungal diseases start with a film of water on the leaf. But otherwise, you just live with it, wait for the season to change. This is going to leaf back out. By fall, it's going to look good. Actually, by summertime, it's probably going to look good. So if you get a really bad infestation of powdery mildew that causes the buds to be deformed, sometimes you can just go shear those buds off of there. By the time it flushes out with different conditions, a lot of times they'll be clean of powdery mildew. The black spot lily, those leaves have to fall off of there. Now, some roses are just resistant enough, they don't drop the leaves, you just kind of have to look at them. But the important thing is it's not going to kill the plant. You're not going to be able to fix it by putting anything on there. So you just kind of chill, squint, walk by, and don't give it a whole lot of thought, because there's nothing you really do about it. It just had to be one of those years for even the good roses look bad this year. The bad roses look awful. And if you got roses that look like this all the time, then you shouldn't be growing those roses. So mostly we feature earth kind roses. There's a few Texas Superstar roses, things that have proven in the past that they tend to be disease resistant, drought tolerant, that sort of thing. So even though this doesn't look great, it's not a huge concern. I'm not going to get terribly alarmed about it because I know it's a rose that's been around for 100 plus years, and it'll look better throughout the rest of the year.
Okay.
Roses come in a number of different classes. You might be familiar with the different classes in the camellia world, where we have Camellia japonicas, Camellia sasanquas. Within the rose world, there are dozens and dozens of classes. Well, in the South, we mostly grow, of course, modern roses, hybrid teas, grandifloras, floribundas. In the old days, what primarily thrived in the South, and what we kind of feature in this garden are China roses, tea roses, and polyantha roses. But what I want you to notice is, even within the same class, China roses are known for good disease resistance. They gave us ever-blooming roses. They gave us miniature roses. Yet, you look across this bed, each one of these cultivars is a different cultivar. Even though they're a China rose, you'll see a wide range of difference in black spot resistance, powder mildew resistance. So it's really important when you're picking out plants for your garden that you don't just say, I'm going to plant roses or I'm going to plant camellias. You literally take the time to do your homework and find out which cultivars are best suited for you. So in this garden, you'll see some right now that have almost no disease and some that have a lot of disease. And some of them have so much disease that we don't even grow in this garden. So very important to know that every cultivar is different in its susceptibility to diseases, insects to some degree, but primarily diseases. Bottom line is there are a lot of different roses that you can grow in your gardens, ranging from modern hybrid teas to modern shrub roses like knockouts and drifts, to old-fashioned ramblers like Peggy Martin, to the antique roses. In this case, we've got a tea rose named Mrs. Dudley Cross. The Chinas that we looked at before, polyanthas are good roses. So do your homework. Start with the earth kind roses. Start with the a couple of Texas Superstar roses. Things that are proven that you know that you're not going to have to spray, that you know that they're going to outlive you, hopefully. And that's also realize that every rose is different. So just because you plant a rose, that doesn't mean it's going to grow like a rose that you saw. Every cultivar, just like every person, every dog, every horse, every cat, is very different. So you need to do your homework, know which cultivars, know which classes to choose from to be successful with growing roses in the South.